What's going on, everybody? The talk nowadays in the Snap community is mostly people calling for nerfs on Shuri, Thanos, and Leech. So I thought I'd go the opposite way. What cards could use a buff? I picked out a few cards that I think could use a change for various reasons. Now, to start with, we have, I think, generally agreed is the worst card in the game with the absolutely the best variant in the game. We have Crystal. Crystal, she reads on reveal, if this is at the middle location, shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 3 cards. Card draw is extremely limited in Marvel Snap, and they want it to be limited. It makes sense. Decks are small, so any kind of draw would really make it even more consistent. But Crystal's always been useless. Even when Zabu was pre-nerf and 4-cost cards cost 2 mana, 2 energy, she was still useless. Often you would need to keep the cards in your hand, so you didn't want to shuffle them away, or if you didn't want them, you would shuffle them in, draw 3 cards, and just draw the cards that you wanted to shuffle away again. It's never worked. So what did I do? The change I made was simple. Let's just have her draw a card on reveal. So what would this do? This would add to the consistency of late turns, right? But is playing this on turn 4 good enough? Usually you want to start working on your late game board state by then. You want to play your Shuri, or you want to play, Lockjaw and a couple of stones, or, something. It's tough to give up turn 4 in anything other than like a tempo-based deck, but a 4/4 is losing tempo. I don't know that it would be, I don't know that it would break the game, just drawing 1 card on turn 4, maybe on turn 5 if you really need to. I also considered it if you wanted to keep it similar to the original card. I considered saying discard a card and then draw a card, but I feel like that would give discard decks in particular a lot of like extra juice that maybe we don't need to do. Like maybe that card would be 100% in every Hela deck. It would be the best card in the deck, I think. So it's just an idea, just to give, if Crystal is that bad and we have no card draw, just try her out. See if drawing a card, is too strong, still not strong enough. I don't know. All right, let's move on. Next up, I have the Thing. Now, the Fantastic Four is one of the most recognizable Marvel teams, and the Thing is probably the most iconic part of that team. He's a big rock man. He has one of my favorite hover animations. If you like slide him to the edges of the screen, he crunches, and it's like a big, like he's hitting the wall. And I love it. Problem is he's just not played. He's a starter card, and I know that starter cards, you need to replace starter cards eventually, right? That's what the point of growing your collection is. But he's not even really good as a starter card. And the only card that you would play him right now in is a Patriot deck. He's not good for that deck. He deserves better. So what did I do? Another simple one. I put him at 7 power. This change, I'm going to admit, this change is part of a curiosity of mine. Let me pop up my cards here. We can see, for some reason, they just skip 4. Every other card cost has like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 4, it goes from 6 to 8 power, and then to 10. So why is there no 4/7? It's just it seems like an arbitrary thing. Sometimes I know there's like balancing decisions. They want a certain breakpoint, but I don't know. Well, why not? Thing's not played. He's no good. Let him be the 4/7. We have other cards like Rock Slide, White Queen, Hell Cow, maybe even Namor. They're just base 4/6 with some upside. So, simple enough fix. I don't think he'd be busted. I'm not sure. He probably still wouldn't be played. That really speaks to more of how useless he is right now. My last card I have is actually similar to the Thing in a lot of ways. It's Cyclops. He's an iconic character. He's a great hover animation. He just deserves better. Also, the other big non-ability cards are the big tank dudes, right? It's the Hulk Abomination Thing. It's the big, the pure strength builds in the Marvel Universe. Cyclops doesn't really fit with that either. So this is something I came up with a while ago. This might be the most controversial change. People might not like this. That's fine. On reveal, destroy the card directly in front of Cyclops. Now this would be facing the middle of the board. So if you play him, first or second in your lane, he'll destroy the card in your opponent's lane directly in front of him. If you play him third or fourth, he actually kills the card in your lane in front of him. That's what he does. He shoots I-beam, he blows up what's in front of him. Snap takes a lot of things like play order into account, but other things, other than like Heimdall moving plays, actual placement within locations is not relevant. So this adds a new layer to the game. And even lore-wise, I know there's like a more recent timeline or more recent comic storyline where he goes kind of rogue. It becomes like a rogue militant guy. He actually kills Professor X. So it plays into like maybe Cyclops has a bit of a, a dark side to him. You could even just use it to clear away like ninjas that from locations, or like a Green Goblin someone sends over. You could just another way to get rid of those. And plus, it's cool, very powerful. Like Shang-Chi, we know how powerful Shang-Chi is, but he only kills one thing, and you don't have 100% control over what it is. Like it has to line up right. Often, he's only going to be killing, a scorpion or an Iceman or like an Infinity Gem that they don't care about anymore. Things like that. So it's not like you'll consistently be able to make it work, but he'll win you the Space Throne. So I think it's fascinating, actually, this type of card. But if you don't like this, if you want something that's a little more on point with like the 90s cartoon and the movies version of Cyclops, I got one more here. On reveal, destroy all Sentinels in play. Now you can fight with me, but I'm certain that they invented Sentinels in the comics to give Cyclops just a big, disposable, lifeless threat that he can blow up with his I-beam, right? The problem with him is if his I-beam is so strong, he just can't use it because he's just going to be blowing up. What are you gonna have him just like obliterate Magneto? I mean, so they gave him these big robots, an endless supply of big robots that he can just blow up. So that's what he does. On reveal, destroy all Sentinels in play. And then after that, what else does he do? He's ongoing. He mopes around about Jean Grey. I took him down to 0 power to make sure that's clear. All he does, he just mopes around about Jean Grey. So what do you think? I don't know. I'm not a card designer, so sometimes maybe I'm overlooking something. What do you guys think? Is there any cards that could be improved? Do you think the changes to mine are not enough, or off base? You think the Cyclops would be too wacky? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Keep snapping.